Oh yeah, yeah. That's. Oh
Is
wait,
that
no,
Law and
that's
Order?
Criminal Minds. Yes, that's
Criminal
definitely
Minds. She loves Criminal Minds. Oh my God. When I was at your place, first thing in the morning, Criminal Minds. Before
Yo,
she goes to bed, 2 in the morning, Criminal Minds. Like,
I was traumatizing Hawa, y'all. Like she's like, these kind of shows scare me. Like they're like worse than scaring me. Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of Getting to Know Us, if you care. Before we start on part 2, a couple of things. Our channel will always be for and about adoption, and it will always be for bridging the gap between the adoptee and the adoptive parents and making that relationship the best that it can be as possible. And secondly, if you are an adoptee who wants to tell your story and you want to come online to do that, email us at adoptedgals@gmail.com or make a comment, and we will reach out to you, and we would love to have you on our platform. All right. First question. So, Hawa, tell me, what does like your day-to-day look like? You know,
girl.
give us a little insight of your life, girl.
They want the tea. They want the tea. My life is pretty busy and packed right now. I'm gonna be honest. I have a lot going on, but typical day to day looks like me getting up, rolling out of bed, very much so slowly rolling out of bed because I'm not a morning person. I honestly, if it was up to me, like ideally, I would like to start my day at 1 p.m., but that's just not possible right now. So 8 a.m. it is. So I get up around 8 o'clock, start work. I work remotely. And then works 9 to 5. And then but because I work remote, I do get a lot of leeway. I go on like walks. I go every single day. I try as much as I can during my lunch break to go on a run. So I'll do the first half. I'll spend like running. There's a beautiful park that's very close to my house, so I'll drive there, and then I'll like run for about like a mile, sometimes 2 miles, and then I'll like try to always, outbeat, I guess, like beat the last run that I had. So try to make it faster. And then I go back, start working again. And then after I get off work, I usually try to go to the gym. Lately, it hasn't been happening as much as it did before. I'm very much of like, I like to be healthy. My boyfriend would say that's not the case, but it is. He would say you're definitely not, pro health, but I am. I like to eat healthy for the most part. Um, yeah, and then after working out at the gym, then I'll try to do some art. I'm an artist as well, so I do
She's
painting.
amazing. Talent. You want to see an artist? She's an artist, right? Very talented.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'll do some painting. I'll practice doing portraits and whatnot. Yeah, and then I'll try to read the Bible or read a little bit of a book or scroll on social media, and then spend some time with my boyfriend. Maybe go get some dinner, some food, and call it a day. Yeah, it's pretty much what my day looks like. It's pretty filled.
Yeah. It's definitely packed. For me, something kind of a similar schedule like hers. I've been between jobs for the longest, but actually I forgot to tell you, I'm starting a new job next week. It's like a sales position that I'm starting next week.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that, but congratulations.
It literally happened this weekend.
I know, yeah.
I'll tell you later about it. For me, and then during that time while I was between jobs, I got into content creating. I have my own YouTube channel, and I also have my own TikTok that I create content. So wake up in the morning, do what I need to do. And I always get up and I have to clean first the house. The house has to be spotless first. But the night before it is, but just in case anything is, left out, I put it away before I get my day started.
Yeah. Like I said before, she's a very neat person.
And sometimes I feel like I'm not neat enough, but I think that's just me in my head.
Yeah.
And then after that, I sit and I plan my content for the day. I write down what I need to write down and put my makeup on if I have to. do my content and being online for that takes about 4 hours, I think 4 hours really to do all of that. And yeah, so do all that. And then I go to the gym after that, go to the gym, work out. After that, I walk for like, I try to get like 5 miles in a day or something like that.
Yeah,
And
you're a walker for sure. You like to
yeah,
walk long distance. Yeah.
it feels good. When people sleep on walking, people
Yeah.
people don't know how beneficial walking is for you. Oh my gosh, if you get in at least 10,000 steps a day, you
Yeah.
have no idea how much it's going to change like your body and your internal systems and all that stuff. But let me not go off on that because I'm also
I believe it.
I'm also a health nut as well.
Yeah,
Like super trying new things. Like, don't even get me started. But after that, I come home, walk my dog, hang out with my husband, cook if I have to, and then watch some TV, read, or it depends. Read a book or watch TV. Go to sleep, start over. So it's nothing glamorous at all.
That's not both for both of us. But hey, you never know. Get this what is it? I guess like is it influencer? Like
Influencer
at this point you're like an influencer, right? Like you influence the people. She influences people, y'all. She tells the girls what to buy, when to buy it, and they get it. That's that,
Depends. It depends. But content creating is a lot of work, that's for sure. My gosh.
It is.
I don't even know why I'm getting a job, but the bills gotta get paid. So the bills gotta get paid. Until I can do it full time without having to work. That's it for now. All right. What is the next question? Do you have a question in your mind?
I guess what are
Ooh. Go ahead.
What's a good one? Is that going?
Yeah.
No, you can say that one because I'm still kind of like processing what I wanted to say.
Okay. Who is more likely to be the mom of the group when you're hanging out with other friends? I think it's me.
I was gonna say that.
I think it's me.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that because I have a little bit of a wild side, so I'm definitely once I get going, definitely mom status is out the window.
Yeah,
but
and once again, that's another thing. That's how we kind of like balance each other out. Yeah. I'm more like serious at times. And then she's more lackadaisy, and then there's times where she's very serious, and then I'm very lackadaisy.
I was gonna say we kind of like go back and forth. Like I feel like when it comes to like business stuff, like when we talk about adoptions and all that, like very, very serious. But when it's or even just conversations. But if we're going out and the intention is to have a good time, I'm gonna have a good time. So you know what I mean? And I'm like, let's go to this place, this place, or that place. I like to enjoy myself.
Definitely, I'm definitely the mom with the mom between us. Like coming back after our wedding, making sure that her ass got on the plane and got home.
Oh yeah, I'm known to miss plane flights again because I'm just not a morning person. I don't do the morning. I don't do the morning. I don't.
I'm the one like I need to make sure she gets on her flight. I'm like I need to make sure she gets on her flight. But yeah, out of the two of us, I'm definitely the mom in that. But you're really good though at being the mom too when it comes to listening to my problems as well.
Yeah.
You're definitely good at that too. Being the mom in that. That's okay. Oh, I understand how you're feeling. Oh my gosh, that is terrible. Why would they say that?
It's like that. Part mom, part therapist.
Part mom, part therapist. That's for sure. All right. What's the next one? Do you have one in your mind?
So I guess one could be like, what do you like to do for fun? Just to let people know, like, what do you enjoy doing for fun? And maybe like, I know we're both kind of in the hustle mode right now in general, just like busy trying to do our thing. But if hustle wasn't a part of your
Hmm.
um thing right now, like, or you had some more time, like what would you want to be able to do more of?
Oh, I was literally just thinking about this the other day. I was literally writing down what my future looks like and what I want it to look like and what I would do my daily on a day-to-day basis.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw myself just being very leisurely. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm when everything is done, when I do all the things that need to be done, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
very chill, laxy daisy type of person. I'm just like going with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
um I would spend a lot of time reading. I love books. I love like adventure, fantasy, romance books. I love getting lost in a book.
Mm-hmm.
I can read a good book within like 2 days and just
Wow.
devour it
Yeah,
and like obsess about it for a little bit at a time, then I move on to the next book.
that's good.
um, so that's one, and that's one thing I used to do when I was younger as a child too. Not only because it was fun, but to also like escape my mind and the things that I was going through and stuff like that. But I'm definitely a reader. So if any of you want to like ever get us like gifts or anything, a gift card to Barnes Noble is completely fine. Yeah. um, and then I also like watching my favorite TV shows. Anything like
You
right now,
love CSI. That's your show, girl. Is it
yes,
CSI
Law and Order.
what's it?
Law
Is
and Order is
the
one of my
one
favorite.
with that pretty man or whatever his name is?
Which
Uh
one?
Shamor or something?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's oh
Is
wait,
that
oh
Law and
that's
Order?
Criminal Minds. Yes, that's
Criminal
definitely one
Minds. She
of my favorite shows.
loves Criminal Minds. Oh my God. When I was at your place, first thing in the morning, Criminal Minds. Before
Yo,
she goes to bed, 2 in the morning, Criminal Minds. Like,
I was traumatizing Hawa, y'all. Like she's like, these kind of shows scare me. Like they're like worse than scary movies. And I'm like, really? They scare you? She's like, yes, they do. She's
she's like,
like
I wake
locking
up
her
to
door.
this stuff.
She's locking her door. And I'm
I
like,
got
babe, when I
so
think that I have
scared,
this
y'all. I'm not
so
good with,
scared and
yeah.
paranoid. And I'm like, I didn't know that. But I guess different people are gonna be scared of certain things because Criminal Minds is definitely like a very much real thing that could actually happen to you and stuff like that.
Mm.
But I love me some Criminal Minds. Right now I'm watching Fear of the Walking Dead. Super good. Another one.
Is that like related to The Walking Dead? Like the show
It's
Walking Dead? Or is it
yeah,
completely
it's
different?
just another. It's yeah, it's related. It's in the like the universe and the series of The Walking Dead.
Okay. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a good series. Yeah, that was good.
yeah, yeah. It's really good. And also, I love sleeping. I'm a sleep
Yep. Girl, who
hobby.
doesn't?
If there was a number
Sleep
one
is
hobby that
life.
I loved, I
Oh
will.
yeah, you can sleep. You
I can
sleep for
sleep until like three
she
p.m.
does.
p.m. But now that I'm in this hustle mode, I
Yeah.
get about like 9 and 10. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Gotta get the money. Gotta get to the bag.
Exactly.
So,
Get to the
what about
bag,
you?
get to the bag.
What about you?
Oh my gosh. I am unlike you. I feel like we're kind of opposites in that way because I just love to do a lot of things. And
Hmm.
like in my head, I'm like, I want to do 50 million things, but then it doesn't even make sense. Like, how am I even going to have time to do all that stuff? Like, I want to do more horseback riding. I want to do more painting. I
Hmm.
want to take like more dancing classes.
Yeah.
I want to, like, I just have a whole list and it's really fun stuff that, like, I really wish I had time to
Hmm.
do it on a consistent basis because I'm very much the way my brain works, and I'm kind of just, accepting this is how my brain works is that I like kind of like the subscription model where everything is, it's like kind of, it's consistency, I guess, right? So I want to be able to do these classes once a week. You know what I mean? I want
Yeah.
to be able to go horseback riding and dancing and do an art class
Yeah.
and learn cooking and once a week. So
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but if I had all the time on my hands, I would definitely incorporate more. um I guess more, not more, just activities. I just,
Hmm.
um I do, of
Hmm.
course, I love to relax and chill, but I
Yeah.
feel like I'm one of those people, I like to be productive. Like, I just like to know that I'm doing something with my day and, like, accomplishing something. So if I'm learning a new skill, I love that. Um, and then of course with business, I'm like, there's, I
Yeah.
want to do so many different, have so many different types of businesses.
Yeah. So
Because
many
someone's
ideas
like,
running through your head.
huh?
I said so many ideas are always running through your head.
Exactly, exactly. So sometimes I have to remind myself, like, okay, let's just complete the first one. Let's, get through
One step
step
at a
A
time.
first, step one first, and then, you know, add on more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want a life filled with adventure. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and but as I'm getting older, I am appreciating like slow times too, and just
Yeah.
relaxing with family and friends, and
Yeah.
um, you know,
Yeah, I totally feel you. Like this, I definitely was a little bit getting into that, like trying new things, because
mhm,
I used to not be like that at all. Because I'm like I just want to do this, and that's it. But the older I get, there's definitely things like, oh my gosh, I want to try that, I want to do that, and stuff like that.
mhm.
But yeah, having an adventure is definitely like something that's on my bucket list. Always going on adventures, always.
Yeah.
Well, um, all right, here. Okay, let me see.
I'm looking at the list too to see if there's ones.
Yeah.
Oh, we could do this one. This is kind of fun question.
Oh yeah.
What's the funniest or most memorable adoption related questions someone has ever asked you?
Oh God.
Like the funniest one or the most memorable like question someone's asked you about adoption?
If you have one, you can start because I gotta think.
Um, I would say Um, so it wasn't asked directly to me. It was asked this little girl, like this was when I was like in middle school, seventh grader or something like that. She came up to my mom, my adoptive mom, and she looked like she was looked had a very confused look on her face, and she was like looking at my mom, and then she was looking at me and looking back and forth. And I was like kind of like playing around with other kids in the distance, but she's looking at us trying to like make the correlation, like and
What's
then
happening?
she goes to my mom and she's like, "Is that your daughter? Is that your daughter?" My mom was
Hmm.
like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, so that's your child?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, then she just like holds my mom's hand and she like nods and she's like, "I heard that can happen." Like she's
What
basically
did
I'm
your
like,
mom ask her to elaborate?
huh?
What
No, she just I don't know. That was pretty much it. And then she just like ran away or something and like went to go play. But it was just like really funny because it's like,
I heard that
huh,
happen.
interesting. Um, I've never heard that happening
Oh
where a
my
white
gosh, that is
person had
hilarious.
a African baby, but but I thought that was
I heard that.
funny. Um,
No. Um, but that's definitely
and
interesting.
of course, like people asking like a stupid, but this isn't necessarily pertaining to adoption, but it's more like maybe just like ignorance. But like people would ask like, "Oh, like you're from Africa? Like did you have to
Hmm.
walk 5,000 miles just to get some water?"
Oh my
Like,
gosh. Yeah.
did you have to fight lions and tigers? Like, yeah, that
Yeah.
those are yeah,
The stereotypical almost
yeah.
rich
But it
stuff.
wasn't even just from white people. It was actually coming more from black people.
What?
Now that I think
Shut
about
up.
it.
No way. Oh my
Yes.
gosh,
And
really?
I'll be like, seriously? Like, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of poverty in my country, but still, like, lions, though? Come on now.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was you, I would have responded, yeah, I rode a cheetah to school every morning.
Right,
We own a lion, an elephant, that
right.
lives with us as well.
Yeah, my
Um,
pet was like a lion. I had a couple of lions in my backyard, and my job was to feed them.
mhm.
Um,
I run with the lions, the
yeah,
gazelles, like we live,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. God, stupid question.
That's
Um,
funny.
for me, one of the funniest things that happened during my adoption process is that was the question, right? Like
Yeah,
something.
it could be like well, you can say that. I think that's a good. It was like more so a question that somebody asked. But if no, if you can't think of one, then you can
Oh,
say
oh,
one of the funniest. I think you wanted to ask before about like
what was the
funniest things.
that
Yeah,
happened?
something about the funny. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I can't think of anything for yours. So I'll start
yeah.
with this question.
Hmm.
What was the funniest thing that happened during your adoption process? Um, when we were back in Sierra Leone during my adoption process, my parents had brought us to the courthouse, just to be part of the legal proceedings and all that stuff. And I had to go to the bathroom. So they
Oh,
take us to this bathroom, of course, right? And I think I already told the story. They take us to the
this is
bathroom,
a good story.
and I use, I'm squatting, I'm, peeing and stuff like that. And then my mom, my adopted mom, she takes out a roll of toilet paper. she, she, she wraps it, and she hands
Yeah.
it to me. And I stop and I'm like, what is it? why is
What
she
is this
why
for?
is she reaching out? I'm like, what does she want? She's like, here, take it. And she was like, just wipe. And I'm like, huh? So she's like, she's making a motion, you take it and you wipe. And that was my first time ever using toilet paper. And I'm like looking around, I'm like, where's the water? Because in Sierra
Yeah.
Leone, you use water after you're done. I take it, and y'all, I barely I tapped. I'm like, and I just like threw it on the floor. Threw it on the floor. And I'm like, what just happened? In my little 9-year-old brain, I was like, what just happened?
That is so
What is it?
funny.
So
That's
that was,
true, yeah, because we do use water. Like we use water and like yeah,
yeah.
that
So
is
that
so funny.
yeah, so that was definitely my experience, and I just felt so unclean. Of course, now,
What about the cat story? I don't know if you want to say that.
oh, the cat story.
Is that
my
weird? I don't know.
my sister's cats.
Yeah.
Listen, growing up in poverty, you got to do what you got to do to eat.
You
Okay,
do.
so
And
any
yeah.
animal,
Yeah.
any animal is fair game. So
Mhm.
I've eaten cat before.
Yeah.
Sorry to you cat lady lovers out there. I don't
I
know what.
mean, they eat dogs in certain parts of the country still, poverty or not. So,
Yeah, so certain animals that I feel like should not be eaten get eaten, but you know what? Let's not get judgy here or whatever. But when I got adopted, my family owned 2 cats and 2 dogs, and I was kind of like, I like the cats. They're pretty cool. They're like, thick and chunky, like they're healthy cats.
thick. They were thick. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen
Yeah.
healthy cats. In Sierra Leone, you're
Yeah.
gonna see bony cats.
Yeah.
And I remember just like petting the cat. And I remember asking my mom, so like, when are we gonna eat Liddy and Allie? And those were the cat's names. And my my mom, my sister, I think she was sitting right there. And they were like, we don't eat cats, sweetie.
That's not
We
no.
that's not what we do. We don't eat cats. And I'm pretty sure I scared my sister, and I'm pretty sure I traumatized her, because we were
Oh,
like
no.
we were like 8 and 9 years old. We're pretty close in age, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I scared her, and I'm pretty sure she kept her cats away from me for the longest, making sure I wasn't trying to get them. Because
That
I
is
was
so
curious, and I'm
funny.
like, because the concept of pets was so new to me. You know what I mean? Like, why do you have animals in your house living with you? And I'm assuming it's eat
Yeah.
them. And when I
Right.
eat them, but they're like, no, we don't eat cats in this country. They're pets. And I'm like, okay, I guess whatever.
I had kind of a I had a similar, well, not with the eating, but because again, like she said, we don't have pets. Like all the animals they stay outside, and most of them are hungry and starving and
Yeah,
whatnot. But they
yeah,
just kind of fend for themselves and take care of themselves in Sierra Leone.
yeah,
But my adopted family also had a cat, a very cute cat, but I was very scared of the cat because
yeah.
again, we didn't pet any of the animals. We didn't like put them on our laps
Yeah.
and all. So that was like very foreign concept.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the days, we're having dinner and the cat like jumped in my lap and I freaked out and I took the cat by its tail or something and I threw the cat. Yes. I was so scared. Like I was so scared. Like just having that cat on my lap. I was like, what is this? Like, why is it on my lap? So I don't think the cat ever did that again. I think it learned its lesson, but
Heard, okay, don't
yeah.
try to hop on her lap. Let me not do
Yeah,
that.
nah. It didn't do it again. Nah,
Oh
nah.
my gosh, that's
And
hilarious.
then another one, I've also kind of like told this story too, but when I first came to America, so in Sierra Leone, for the most part, we all have similar skin color, like at
Mhm,
least like the locals,
mhm,
people who were born in Sierra Leone, darker hue. Not really a lot of variation in color. Like there's some that are a little bit lighter, but even the light skin in Sierra Leone is considered dark skin out here in America.
yeah.
Um, and so I didn't really see a lot of variation in skin texture either, and like
Mhm,
hair on arms and like freckles or
yeah.
anything like that. And so when I came to America, though, my adoptive dad, he's part Native American, so he
Mhm,
has like very thick hair. He has a lot of freckles, and especially when he was younger, it was more prominent.
mhm,
And so he just has freckles like all over his like face, his whole
mhm.
body. And I remember when I came and I saw him for the first time, I was kind of scared. And I was like, I asked my adoptive mom, I was like, is he okay? Like, I thought there was something, I had never seen that before. And I thought he either had like a disease or like if he was, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, is he okay? Like, what's wrong with his body? And then she explained to me, of course, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
But yeah, that was like really funny because I'd never seen anybody with so much freckles before in my whole life. So
oh my, yeah. I mean, that's
yeah,
definitely just the first time. I remember like seeing white people for the first time ever. That was just like so like just like jaw dropping, like you know what I
yeah,
mean? 'Cause it's so different. And it wasn't like
yeah,
it
so
of
different.
like scared, but it's more like intrigue. Like very
Yeah,
so when
and
somebody
then
you've never seen before and you see them and it's just like, whoa, that is crazy. Like, and I remember like because there were like trucks, like army trucks, and this was like after the war. So
mhm.
peacekeepers, UN was around and stuff like that. They were driving around our village, and we used to see like these soldiers driving by, and we used to like
Mhm.
chase them and say, "Pumwi, pumwi, pumwi." Like pumwi means white person, white man.
Oh,
But
okay,
it's so interesting. We used to like chase them and be like, "Oh my god!" Like you know what I mean? Like so
yeah,
interesting. Yeah,
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 that's funny.
yeah.
Yeah, and also it's like I remember like back then, like I felt like they had a different like scent too. Like you could tell when a white person was in the room,
Oh my,
like they smelled
yeah.
different.
Now that you
Yeah.
said that, I definitely remember that. Yes.
And I couldn't even pick that up now at all, right? Because everyone just kind of smells the same. But I
Mhm.
remember there was a very distinctive like
Yes.
difference, in smell.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
and I don't know
that's
if it was just
right. Oh,
American white people or just because they're coming
yeah.
from America or a different country. I'm not sure, but it was just very interesting observation I had when I was young.
Yeah. Because that is so true. Well, I completely forgot about that because I do remember like walking into the orphanage. They had a room where the adoptees and the adoptive parents would interact. And I walked in, and when they walked in, that's one of like the distinct senses that I remember, like the different
Mhm,
smell and stuff like
mhm,
that. And of course,
mhm.
the just being so intrigued by the color of their skin because you don't see white people around you.
You want to see white people, yeah.
And just playing with their hair and like looking at my mom. My mom had like long nails, and I would
Yeah.
like play with them and stuff like that. Like just trying to get a sense of who this new mom, my new mom and dad, you know.
Yeah.
And we look so different. But yeah, it was definitely very interesting. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Mm.
Okay. Do you have any questions left, or
Um,
you want to end it here?
no, I think oh, okay, so this one's good. If you both starred in a reality show about your lives, what would it be called?
God. Um,
Or even
the
just like a movie or whatever about our lives.
the dramatic life of Famata, Emily Famata. It
Oh
would
my God,
definitely,
I concur on
I
that
think it would
one.
be, I think it would definitely be like a reality TV show for sure, and
Oh yeah, yours has to be.
people would definitely want to tune in
Oh
because
yeah.
the drama, the dramatics that I've experienced
It's like a
in
soap
my life,
opera.
it is definitely like shocking stuff. You're like, wow, holy, this is fucking crazy. Um, I'm finally at a point in my life where I'm trying to like get rid of all of that, where I'm like, I don't want drama in my life. If I
Mm-hmm.
sniff drama from you, like y'all, I will cut you off immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to get away from that. You know what I mean? And a lot of the drama that's happened in my life wasn't because of me. It's just I was plucked into it. I was put into it and stuff like that. But it would
Mm-hmm.
definitely be I think it would also be comical. It'd be very comical.
Yeah, yeah,
Comical.
yeah.
Very expressive. Almost I almost want to say almost like bipolar.
Bipolar. That's funny.
Definitely, I would definitely say like the bipolar life of Famata or something
So
like
then,
that.
who would if you had to pick a celebrity, who would start? Like who would play you? Have you ever
Oh,
thought about
who
that? If let's say you
would
did a
play
movie like
me?
a biopic.
Who would play me? That's a good question. Um, the only person that I can think of right now is because I just saw their picture and I like them a lot. Is Ryan Destiny? Um,
Oh
very,
yeah, I love Ryan.
yeah, I like her. I like her so much, and that's the only person I can really think of that would that I would want to play me. Um,
Hey, I'm gonna be
yeah,
like, Beyonce.
Beyonce. Yes, Beyonce. She's gonna be like,
I'm just
this,
joking.
this skin hue. I don't care. Isn't black just black?
It's about the character,
It's about the
okay?
character. Definitely. I mean,
That's funny.
um, oh, when I get older, if it was like after I die, like the different, stages of my life, one of
Hmm.
the older people that I would want to play me is Viola Davis. Oh,
Girl, you took mine. Stop playing.
I'm sorry,
Stop
babe. I'm so
playing.
sorry. What about you? Go
She's
ahead.
just
What about
such a
you?
good actress. Oh my
She's
gosh.
amazing. Oh, I could just watch that woman all day.
Yeah, she's an
She's
amazing
just
actress. Yeah,
yes. Go ahead. What
yeah.
about you? What about you?
So if I had the title for mine would be um I heard it can happen. And the
That's
reason that
great.
I say that is because one, because of the story I just told about the little girl that was like, oh, I heard that can happen, you know. And the reason I say that is because to me that title kind of like symbolizes like uh, all crazy things becoming reality, right? Like for me, I feel like
Mhm.
I've gone through so many different experiences that people will be
Yeah.
like, wait, what? That sounds like a movie, like straight out of a movie. Like I heard that can happen, but like I never knew it actually happened. You know what I mean? So um that's what I think would, it's everything is like it's something that you hear out of the movies
Mhm.
or the TV and you never think it actually would happen. So
Mhm.
I think that's what my title would be. And as far as like who would play me, I mean, you took the Viola Davis one for the older like
Mhm.
part, but I don't know the young like I don't know. It's got to be someone like really sexy, really,
Mhm.
really
Lupita. I can
a
see
little
Lupita.
bit extra. But I don't know because does she play like I could see Lupita. I could see Lupita. I've
Yeah.
always thought of Lupita for like more like horror.
Ooh.
Well, no, she's done well. No, that's not true. I could see Lupita like the younger version, but I was trying to think of like young because Lupita's a little bit older. But
Oh, okay.
um,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
you said like Ryan Davis or whatever her name is,
Destiny.
Destiny, and she's
Yes.
younger. But I don't know who the youngest version, but I could definitely see like Lupita being like the middle age, and then Viola Davis being like old, a little bit older. And then I don't know who the young person would be. We'll see.
Mhm.
To be determined.
Right. To be determined if that
Yeah.
actually happened. It would be very interesting. I think
Yeah.
our lives for sure would make a good movie. Good
Absolutely. I've
movie.
thought about that. I've
And
definitely thought about that.
yeah, and it would be one of those things where it's like I did like you said, I did not know this was happening. Like,
Hmm.
what?
Yeah.
This is crazy. I've never thought about, this part of life that is happening around me. But it definitely would be very, very interesting. It would be a good movie, good book, and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
definitely.
We have
We
we have
gotta talk to some publishers and directors in the future.
so in the future or soon, there's going to be publishers and people who are going to want to reach out to us
Yes,
to write about our story or
absolutely.
and TV show about our life, about our adoption. You know what? Putting that into existence. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, that's pretty much it. That's all I have as far as questions. Fatima, I don't know. Do you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Nope.
No? All right.
That's
Well, thank y'all so much. I hope you guys got the chance to really learn more about us, our personal lives, get a little bit of intel on that. And this was like a really fun conversation. I really enjoyed this, and I think Fatmata did too. So we'll definitely continue to do this in the future. And if you guys have any questions, have any comments, definitely post them down. But you can also feel free to reach us, at our email, which is adoptedgals@gmail.com. And we'll definitely, do our best to get back to you ASAP.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys so much for your support. We appreciate you. Till next time.
All right. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.